everybody, my name is Frank, and today I'll be showing you a step-by-step guide on how to build Gunpla. I won't go into detail on things like the history of Gunpla. I'm just going to go into like the basic step-by-step process of building it, and I will be sort of like a visual guide on how the process is done. Now, before you want to build any Gunpla, you first need the tools for it. Now, what sort of tools do you need? Well, if you were to just build Gunpla, you will of course need these, which are side cutters, which are sometimes called nippers or hobby cutters. And personally, I also got myself a second pair of side cutters. These are much more sharper and premium, as you can tell by the price. And this is a hobby knife. Now, the hobby knife is mainly to get rid of any excess plastic that my nippers will otherwise not be able to reach. And again, these two are just optional, and all you really need when it comes to building your Gunpla is just this. Now, the kit I'll be using to demonstrate on how to build Gunpla will be this here. This is the high-grade G-Quox. Now, upon opening the box, you are immediately greeted with these sheets of plastic. Now, these are called runners, and each of them are labeled here with an alphabet. As you can see, this one's labeled A. Now, apart from runners, you will also get a manual. For this video, I will be using this part right here to show you on how to build Gunpla, which is the head in its unopened state. This shows the complete, fully assembled part, and it will show you all the runners you'll be needing to use. Now, first up, you will need to find the runner, which here is the D runner, and as you can see, this is the D runner right here. It will show you as is stated alphabetically. And you also need part number 7. If you were to look here, part number 7. Once you have located the runner and part, take out your cutters or nippers and just cut along the edges here. You can see these little plastic parts that connect the runners to the part. Yeah, cut those out. So just sort of like that. Cut it out. And your part should be cut out. Once you have your part here, you'll notice that there are some excess plastic here. Now, what you need to do is take your cutter again. I'm using a different one here because this is the one that I usually use, and just make a flush cut. Oh, cut sideways here. Just cut it off. All right. And there you go. That's your part. In some cases, after cutting those excess plastic, or as we call it, nubs, with your cutters, you might have some even more like smaller excess plastic, in which case you'll just use your hobby knife. Now, my part here is perfectly fine, and it's a little hard to record it, but basically, if you have any sort of excess plastic, just take your knife here, make sure it is flush against the part, and then just slice away little by little until there's no more excess plastic and it's perfectly even. Now, I stopped building here because if you were to look at the manual, it shows that this part right here requires a sticker. So basically all you need to do is find a sticker sheet, find sticker number 4, which is this one right here. Now, you can just use your hand for it, but personally I like to use something with a narrow point, so like either a toothpick or the edge of my hobby knife. So I can just peel off sticker here without even bringing a sweat. The sticker is applied. And with that marks the end of this video. Now, whenever you watch any sort of build when it comes to Gunpla, like time lapses or like custom builds, you might be saying, man, if only I can build like that guy. If only I can build just as good as that guy. If only my kit, my little robot here looks just as good as that guy. Well, here's what I have to say. Don't think like that. Ultimately, Gunpla is a hobby. And what is the first rule of a hobby? First rule of a hobby is to have fun. And with that, I mark the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope maybe one day you'll pick up something like this as well. It doesn't have to be Gunpla. As long as you have fun with it. That's what matters most. Goodbye.